Hi, I'm Rick Zanotti, and this is episode 19 of Captivating, the Adobe Captivate podcast. In this episode, we're going to talk about something that happens all too often and is pretty painful at times. You've created a piece, it looks great, and your client says, "I'm sorry, the size is wrong." You panic, you scream, you hold on to your computer, you do whatever you can, and then you do what you need. You resize the project. Resize the project, you say. Yes, Captivate allows you to resize projects after the fact. And now it doesn't work in huge projects to a little small one, but it can work if you're doing minor adjustments. Let me show you how. All right, we're here in our project, and you notice we've got about 6 or 7 slides, and what we need to do is resize them because we just realized they're too big for what we want to do. What do? Well, after you start panicking and screaming, you go to Project and you go to Rescale. Rescale allows you to change the size of your project. Now, for example, currently our project is 790 by 555 pixels. That looked so good when we first designed it. Unfortunately, it was too big. So what do? We can actually change it by percentage. We can say make that a smaller percentage, or we can change the numbers. Let's say we need it to be 20% smaller. So we're going to say 80%, and they both, you notice that the second value changed, so we've got our width and our height changing automatically. It's constraining proportions because we have the maintain aspect ratio set on, and you want this set on, otherwise it could really skew what you're doing. You can also change it to a particular preset size. In this case, we don't want to do that. We want to switch it to a percentage. So I'm going to say OK, and it's going to do everything here. So here it tells us we can rescale the project to the new size. We can also rescale captions, highlights, any kind of other objects. So we want to be able to highlight, do everything. And do we want to crop it? We'll leave that out for now and see how well Captivate does at actually resizing. So we'll say finish. And Captivate warns us, once we do this, it can't be undone. Are you sure you want to continue? Well, we're gutsy, so we'll say yes. So it'll take a little bit, but not too long. And it resized our whole project. If we now look at our project settings, under Rescale, you'll notice our project is now 632 by 444. So it's substantially smaller. If we run the project, if I look at the slides individually, if I run the project now, I press F4, you'll notice Captivate does a pretty nice job of scaling your project, and everything's looking pretty good. It rescaled all the objects. Everything is fitting on the screen okay. I can go to the different areas. And things look pretty good. All the captions got rescaled. The graphics got rescaled. Go back to our main menu. I can go to Bon Voyage. See you on the islands, Rick. Rescaled everything. It worked beautifully. Now, if you have to rescale bigger than 20%, I would probably try it, but don't be surprised if some of it just starts looking pretty ugly. Captivate's very forgiving, but that's a lot to rescale. You've got graphics and other things that you're rescaling. But for anything anywhere from 5 to 20%, you're probably fairly safe. You may have to do a little bit of tweaking if you don't like exactly how it turned out, but on the whole, it does an incredibly good job. And that's all you have to do to rescale or resize your project. The Adobe engineers were looking out for you on that one. Resizing projects allows you to really save a lot of time from having to re-import everything again in the correct size. And for the most part, it works perfectly. For Captivating, I'm Rick Zanotti. See you next time. Thanks for watching and subscribing.